Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for News 8 Now This Morning. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Thursday, July 11th, 2024. We were talking about, you're pretty busy. There's kind of a lot going on with our weather, isn't there?
There is, coming and going. And even Sports Blitz was talking about that as well. We had rainfall at night, rainfall in the morning.
Yeah.
And of course, right now we have the fog to contend with. We'll see some of that later on in the afternoon, possibly in the evening hours. It'll be a slight chance, so it may not happen for you if you're in this particular area. You're looking at least a slight chance of showers and storms today and into the evening hours. Warmer conditions ahead for this weekend, though. You have the 90s start to roar in. This is what happened over since 5 o'clock last night. We had an area of low pressure that dragged in some rainfall. It was up to at least 1 inch and 2 inches or so from some areas over in Iowa. But for us, we had the wind, which was up to at least 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts in some cases. And it also had a little pea-sized hail. Well, that's that. Now it's come and gone. It's down to our south right now. Rain amounts, you can see, were pretty meager for us here locally. And as we get into how this all happens, take a look. Wabasha is still in the minor, but Winona fell into the action stage, so they're much lower now. La Crosse fell into the minor stage last night, and so of course we're getting better here. In fact, we see McGregor will do the same thing tomorrow. So all in all, we're doing pretty well. A little patchy fog out there. Please take your time and make it safely to where you're going.
All right, Art, thank you. This morning, deja vu in central Vermont. Flash flooding ripped through communities a year to the day after the same thing happened in that part of the state. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
Oh, good. In a flash, roads in Barre, Vermont turned into rivers late Wednesday.
Say we're in a heightened state of anxiety, that would be an understatement.
The flooding comes 1 year to the day when strong storms left this part of central Vermont underwater.
If this is something that's going to happen every year, then it's unacceptable. It's something that people can't thrive through and they can't survive through.
In Erie County, New York.
Oh, Dad?
Yeah.
There's a tornado.
Ominous clouds swirled as 2 tornadoes hit the western part of the state, remnants of Hurricane Beryl. In Houston, Texas, where Beryl hit as a Category 1 storm Monday, hundreds of cars lined up for blocks to pick up food, water, and ice.
We have no food right now, nothing, zero.
The power is still out for over 1 million customers, and Wednesday, the heat index hit 100 degrees.
We need generators so we can have cooling centers. We need ice, food. We need boots on the ground.
Houston's mayor made a plea for resources and put pressure on local power companies, CenterPoint Energy.
We take a tremendous amount of pride in preparing for events such as this, and I think we've done really great work.
From coast to coast, Americans are feeling the heat, scorching corn in North Carolina, while temps in Lancaster, California soared to nearly 110 degrees.
You can't even walk outside. You get this thing of hot air hit you right in the face,
leaving millions searching for relief.
Hospitals in the Houston area have started sending some patients to a sports and event complex. These are people ready to be discharged but can't be released to homes without power. Hurricane Beryl has been blamed for at least 7 deaths in the U.S. and 11 in the Caribbean. The Biden administration is now allowing 500-pound bombs to be sent to Israel. The shipment of both 500 and 2,000-pound bombs was paused nearly 3 months ago because U.S. officials were concerned the larger bombs could be used by Israel to attack the densely populated city of Rafah. While the 500-pound bombs have been given the go-ahead, the 2,000-pound bomb shipment is still on hold. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is taking action against 2 members of the Supreme Court. The Democratic lawmaker introducing impeachment articles against Justice Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito. She says their failures to disclose millions of dollars worth of gifts while on the high court, quote, represents nothing less than a constitutional crisis.
I believe that everyday Americans, independent of party or ideology, can reasonably conclude that Justices Thomas and Alito's years-long pattern of misconduct and failure to recuse in cases bearing their clear personal and financial involvement represents an abuse of power and threat to our democracy.
The effort from AOC is expected to fail in the Republican-led House. We're learning new details about a stabbing incident in Clark County. 24-year-old Victor Gomez Acosta facing 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide and 1 count of attempted first-degree intentional homicide. According to the criminal complaint, Gomez Acosta stabbed his wife and 2 children at their Abbotsford home on Friday. The 2 kids died and his wife was severely injured. He also allegedly stabbed himself several times, telling police that, quote, crazy guys stabbed him. Gomez Acosta is held on a $1 million cash bond. If convicted, he faces life in prison. New details are emerging about the subject of a shelter-in-place order issued in Winona earlier this week. 25-year-old Stig Ure is in Winona County Jail on charges of second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon and disarming a police officer. Winona police say they went to do a welfare check in the 250 block of Junction Street. A witness told police Ure stabbed her in the neck with a sharp object and ran away. Police later found Ure and arrested him and took him to the hospital. Officials say there he refused to cooperate, threw an empty urine cup, and tried to grab an officer's gun. He's now being held on a $500,000 cash bond. His next court date is July 24th. An Onalaska resident charged with possessing child pornography is pleading not guilty. 22-year-old Clayton Solberg, who identifies as Sophie, is pleading not guilty to 5 felony counts of child porn possession. According to the criminal complaint, a Dropbox account linked to Solberg contained videos and images of child sexual abuse. Solberg posted a $20,000 cash bond last month and has a status conference in September. The DNR is reminding people about the risk of blue-green algae in local bodies of water. Blue-green algae can sicken humans and animals if swallowed. While rarely fatal to humans, it has been known to kill pets. One DNR expert says it's especially important for dog owners to stay vigilant.
It's really different with animals, especially dogs. They might not hesitate to drink water or eat material that's washed up on shore. So you really have to watch out for dogs. And anytime there's really questionable conditions, if there's a lot of stuff in the water, you want to make sure that your dogs are not drinking that water or eating it.
To report a case of blue-green algae-related illness, you can contact the Wisconsin Department of Health Services or the Minnesota Department of Health. When the Taliban took over Afghanistan 3 years ago, Hussein Ali Fro fled with just the clothes on his back. His family stayed behind, but he never thought they would be separated for 3 years. Now they're together, restarting their lives in Winona. As News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall reports.
Hussein Ali Fro remembers fleeing Afghanistan like it was yesterday. The father of 2 was teaching there when he heard the news.
They told me, teacher, do you know the Taliban came in the city, but because I was busy with teaching, I told them, no, I don't know. They told me every area is Taliban now.
The Taliban took over in 2021. Fearing for his life, he hid near his private education center before contacting his wife and kids.
He told me, please just be safe, your body is important.
After seeking guidance from friends, he walked hours to the Kabul airport. That's where he met with U.S. troops.
I share my story. I'm a teacher. If I stay in Afghanistan, that's very bad for me. Maybe the Taliban will kill me.
Shortly after returning to power, the Taliban enacted a ban on girls' education above grade 6. Many teachers who previously taught girls have since faced intimidation and violence at the hands of the new government, according to Amnesty International. U.S. troops then did a background check and brought Fro to the United States. He stayed at Fort McCoy before moving to Winona.
They told me, if you go to Winona, we will support you about housing, about job, about everything.
With so many people trying to leave Afghanistan, he wanted his wife and 2 children to wait. His wife Fatima says the separation was difficult, in large part because Afghan women lost much of their freedom after the Taliban regained power. According to Hussein, it took time for the rest of his family to navigate the U.S. immigration process. But patience paid off.
I saw them and they see me in the Rochester airport. I didn't believe.
The family arrived in Winona last month. Ever since reuniting, they are spending more time together.
We are reunited and happy lunch, breakfast, dinner. Everything is very excited. I'm so glad.
In Winona, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now this morning.
We're so happy they're all back together. Fru plans on teaching again soon. The family also looks forward to sending both their kids to school and buying a house. The time now is 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news. Chryslers are being recalled due to potentially faulty airbags. Disneyland employees are voting to strike, and Samsung has unveiled new foldable phones. And a new Minnesota program is helping some first-time home buyers achieve the American dream. After the break, we'll take a look at how much it's saving some Minnesotans and who qualifies. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Prague Zoo is celebrating a rare birth, a baby Chinese pangolin. Only the second successfully bred in European captivity. Look at that thing. This endangered species faces severe threats in Southeast Asia and China due to habitat destruction and poaching for their scales, which are used in traditional medicine and fashion. The zoo's success marks a positive step for conservation efforts.
It's blueberry season at Cane's Orchard in Hickston. Picking is this Saturday starting at 7 a.m. Bring your pails and arrive early for the best picking of 8 varieties. The blueberries are ripe at Cane's Orchard on Cane Road just off I-94 and Highway 95 in Hickston.
At Driven to Clean, our goal is fast, efficient cleaning of your trash bins and dumpsters. Our high-powered wash system and autonomous trucks kill almost 99% of all bin bacteria, using 200-degree pressurized water to blast away germs and residue. We come the day after trash or recycling pickup for residential services and pre-schedule for commercial. Once completed, you'll have the cleanest bins around. Check out our plans and pricing at driventoclean.com.
Taco John's has always believed potato olays are the best potatoes on the planet. Now we guarantee it. We guarantee crispy on all outsides, soft on the inside potatoes. We give them a perfect sprinkling of our secret spice blend. And now we even guarantee your order of potato olays is served as hot and crispy as the ones in this commercial, or we'll replace them on the spot. Let's see a French fry guaranteed that. Potato olays, hot, fresh, and crispy, guaranteed. Only at Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
It's Hy-Vee's Big Beverage Sale this Friday through Sunday. Stock up on 6-pack bottles of Coke products, just $3.99 each when you buy 3. 24-pack Pepsi products, just $9.99. Stay hydrated with Gatorade 8-packs, just $5.48. Fuel your workouts or your work week with Monster, NOS, Full Throttle, or Alani Nu energy drinks, 3 for $5. Plus, save on Red Bull, Celsius, and more. Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
It's blueberry season at Cane's Orchard in Hickston. Picking is this Saturday starting at 7 a.m. Bring your pails and arrive early for the best picking of 8 varieties. The blueberries are ripe at Cane's Orchard on Cane Road just off I-94 and Highway 95 in Hickston.
All right, welcome back, folks, as we get into what's happening. Scattered showers possible later on. It's a 20% chance, so it's a slight chance, pretty much. And we'll see that going into the evening hours. Right now, we're taking a look at what's going on across the region. And you have some rainfall that's getting a little bit closer to us, working across the south. This had been going on since yesterday around 5 o'clock in the morning. And so as we take a look right now, 6:13, it has been bubbling down toward the south. And it should be done within the next, about another hour or so. It should be done. You can kind of see some of that moisture moisture down to the south, still working in areas by Mason City, and Prairie du Chien has it down to the south, even farther down there, you can see. All right, that being said, morning fog returns. We're also looking at the possibility of that slight chance of storms. We're also going to be seeing by the weekend a big warm up as 90s roll into the picture, and by Sunday, which should be the warmest day, it's going to feel like it's at least around 95 to 100 degrees with the heat index. We have the fog low cloud activity, as you see, Ladysmith down to Eau Claire, picking up in Black River Falls, 5 miles of visibility, 0 miles visibility, so dense fog in Vogue Field. Back over to La Crosse right now, the fog is slowly but surely redeveloping, so you're going to be in the fog within the hour. We'll go right into current temperatures right now, widespread 60s with some upper 50s sprinkled in there as well. We'll pick up current dew points now up into the north. We're looking at upper 50s, so the rain situation is pretty much weakened up to the north and continues to weaken down to the south. Calm winds across the area, that'll last all the way through today and into the evening hours, and not much in the rain amounts, as you can see right there. So as we go into Eau Claire, you're looking at 60s, 70s, and 80s on the way as we get out into the morning hours, and we'll do the same thing as we go right into the possibility for La Crosse, 70s and 80s on the way for you as well into the afternoon. That's your forecast. Back to you.
In your consumer news this morning, tens of thousands of Chrysler vehicles are being recalled because the airbags could malfunction. Federal safety regulators say the front airbag may not deploy during a crash because of a faulty seatbelt sensor. The recall includes more than 332,000 vehicles. Chrysler dealers will fix the issue for free. The automaker said notification letters will be mailed starting August 22nd. No accidents or injuries have been reported. A coalition of labor unions representing thousands of Disneyland workers are set to vote on a potential strike next week. This move comes after the labor group filed labor violation complaints against Disney. Contract talks started in April, but an agreement has yet to be reached. As a result, the deal between Disney and its employees expired last month. Disney released a statement saying it's working on coming to terms on a deal that will help the company grow and create more jobs. And Samsung is unveiling its newest foldable phones. The new devices are lighter than previous ones, but come with a heftier price tag. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 opens up like a book to form a tablet and starts at $1,900. Look at that, doesn't even look like a phone. That is $100 more than the last model. The Galaxy Z Flip 6 is a throwback to flip phones from the early 2000s. That phone starts at $1,100. Both phones feature new AI tools that includes the feature to transcribe, translate, and summarize voice recordings directly into notes. There's a new state program to help first-time home buyers with down payments in Minnesota. Esme Murphy breaks it down for us.
The excitement is like, okay, I'll have something to call my own.
After getting $35,000 for a down payment under the new state program, Philip Ward showed his new home to Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan.
Congratulations, that's so awesome.
The state's new home buyer down payment assistance program is for first-generation, first-time home buyers. Your parents cannot have owned a home. The state fund has $150 million and is expected to help 4,500 home buyers. First-time home buyers, like all home buyers these days, have to deal with today's interest rates, which are adding hundreds of dollars a month to monthly payments. In 2021, a $220,000 home with a $22,000 down payment at a 2.65% interest rate would mean a monthly payment of just over $1,000. Right now, that same home with the same down payment with today's interest rates of over 7% would mean about a $1,532 monthly payment. Getting help with the down payment has made Ward's monthly payments more affordable.
Original mortgage would have been around $1,300, and $1,100 is doable.
If you stay in your home for 10 years, half the down payment loan is forgivable, meaning you won't have to pay it back. If you stay for 20 years, the whole loan can be forgiven.
That's it for your morning consumer news. The time now is 6:18. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett for a look at our forecast.
All right, what we're looking at here pretty much is just about La Crosse holding on to temperatures in the 70s. We're going to be seeing that for the next few hours here until we get into at least some 80s working into the forecast. We'll eventually see how this all plays out for you for the remainder of the day, where we get into the possibility of Eau Claire holding on to 70s and then 80s back in the picture. We have some showers that are coming into the picture as well. There are a slight chance that will be working across the area, and eventually, well, we may not even see some of that rainfall hit the ground. It's pretty meager. In fact, what we'll pick up eventually maybe 1/100 of an inch, if it's possible. I'm going to run over here real quick to go see if I can switch this out for you, and I'll be right back. We're doing some work on the computers right now, so I apologize about that. And as we get into how this will all look for the next few days, what's going to happen for us, we'll be picking up warmer conditions coming into the weekend. So as we start out with that, what we're going to look at here again is the possibility of that rainfall coming in, as I showed you before. So once we do that, you're going to be seeing again conditions to play out like this. First, we start off with the fog, then we have a slight chance of storm activity that comes in, say, around the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock hour in the afternoon, and then storms will continue possibly, if they do occur, that'll be into your evening commute, and of course, warmer conditions coming in for the weekend. You see this, that was rainfall that came through yesterday at about 5 o'clock. Most of it was still light in nature. It was about a 20 to 30% chance. Most of it could really drop down over Iowa, and you can see it still continue to sweep back toward Prairie du Chien. The cloud cover base of it still is associated with us right now, but that's why we're picking up drier conditions right now in the north, to the north by Ladysmith and Eau Claire. They're going to clear out the skies, but eventually we're going to get that fog and low cloud activity coming back. This is of the last hour. You can see they've cleared out the skies there with a little light moisture coming back to the northeast of Ladysmith, and then the fog, low cloud activity is still kind of lingering here for us. The rainfall amounts we're expecting for the day, as I mentioned, are meager. You may see a few hundredths of an inch there, or maybe even a 1/10 of an inch by Wisconsin Rapids. And then as I mentioned before, last night, La Crosse actually dropped down into the minor flood stage, and then McGregor will do the same thing for tomorrow. So the flooding has gotten much better here locally. At least we've dropped back down here. Also, Wabasha, they are still in the minor flooding, but Winona dropped down into the action stage, so they are now no longer in the flood stage conditions. Here's a look at the fog. Actually, as I told you before, you have river. You've got Black River Falls. You also have areas by Sparta, and 0% visibility going into Vogue Field. I'll have more for you coming up in just a bit. As I told you, we're having a little computer issue, and we'll get back to that. And in fact, we'll send you over to Alexandra in just a bit.
Thank you, Art. The time now is 6:21. Still ahead on your morning news. Are you ever nervous when you go to the doctor for that routine checkup or procedure? Well, coming up in your morning medical news, we'll look at how one medical clinic is using man's best friend to help keep patients at ease.
Coming up in the Blitz, lots of runs scored in Legion's softball action last night, plus the Brewers hope to even the series against Pittsburgh. Highlights coming up next.
Come into comfort during the International Furniture 4th of July sales event. Get 40% off all Norwalk Furniture special orders and up to 50% off select floor samples. The Tri-State's largest Norwalk Furniture showroom is at International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
It's a lot quieter around here than it used to be. I'm Rebecca Cook. When I was growing up, this farm was bustling. Holsteins, hired hands, harvesting crops. But big corporations put family farms like mine out of business. And what has Derek Van Orden done? Nothing. Tax cuts for big ag, rising healthcare costs, undermining our democracy, extremism. We need real working people in Washington. And that's why I approve this message.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you quality pet supplies because we get you. Right now, during our summer pet care sale, shop unbeatable deals on your pet's favorite food and supplies to keep them happy and healthy. Like a free $15 Blaine's gift card when you spend $75 on Purina dog or cat food, litter, and treats. Blaine's brand Easy Scoop cat litter, 4 for $24. And stay cool with a 20-inch box fan, $22.99, just $19.99 for rewards members.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Trust the First Horn Weather Team to keep you safe, and even better, you can take us with you.
Expect more with hourly temps and conditions, video forecast, interactive radar, and your choice of notifications. We're there when you need us.
Come into comfort during the International Furniture 4th of July sales event. Get 40% off all Norwalk Furniture special orders and up to 50% off select floor samples. The Tri-State's largest Norwalk Furniture showroom is at International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
Celebrating 70 years, we're News 8 Now.
The Blitz. Well, on nights where we've avoided the rain, which have seemed to be few and far between, the Legion baseball and softball seasons have produced some summer fun on the diamond with friends. And besides bugs, last night was another great night to play ball. First up, Onalaska Post 336 hosting Tomah. Tomah dominated the first game 19-0, and top one, they get on the board first. Mara Noth sends one back up the middle. Visitors up early. Then Libby Matheson in the second inning helps extend that lead. That ball finds some grass, and Matheson scoots in with a double. That makes it 2-0. Then a wild pitch coming up here adds another onto the visitors' tally. Offense not tough to come by today last night for Tomah, and Avon Bromer does her job with the RBI ground out. Then come up here with the bases loaded. Tomah looking for more, but it's going to be a heck of a snag out in center field by Talia Main. Tomah pitches back-to-back shutouts, though, and they go on to sweep Onalaska, winning Game 2, 14-0. How about Sparta Post 100 visiting Logan? Bases loaded for La Crosse, and that's going to drop down for a base hit out in left field. One run scores. That cuts the deficit to 8-3. And then Sparta's offense got going again in the fourth. Cadence Erickson shoots a single to right field to get some traffic on the base paths. Then Emily Kunitz sends a grounder, and that'll score a run to make it a 6-run lead once again for the visitors. Then here comes the knockout punch courtesy of the bat held by Morgan Revels. That ball has enough juice on it to leave the yard. All smiles at home plate for Post 100. That made it 11-3. Then Avery Abbott sends it right back where it came from. Post 100 secures the doubleheader sweep as well, winning Game 2, 13-4. Crew looking to bounce back after a loss to the Pirates on Tuesday. Fourth inning, already up 2-0, and then William Contreras scorches a double down the line. Andrew Monasterio scores easily, and here comes Bryce Terang, and he is going to be safe at the plate. Then next inning, it's Reese Hoskins, and Reese coming up here is going to put a good swing on that cutter, and that will send Bernie down the slide. The solo shot makes it 5-0. Tobias Myers pitched a heck of a game last night for Milwaukee, and here he gets some help out in right field by Sal Frelick. Coming up, a smooth slide and grab is made by Frelick. It's been fun to watch him man the outfield this year. And a big night for Willie Adames, 3 for 5, including this home run down the line to make it a 9-run Brewer lead. Milwaukee takes Game 2 of the series. Rubber match set today for a little after 1. Paul Skeens scheduled to pitch for the Buccos. And that'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Bring your home to life with colorful pieces from Ashley. Discover trending hues and styles starting at $499.99. From bold and bright to soothing and serene. Cue the color, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
Every day we battle illegal drugs coming into our community.
And we know the attacks on Tammy Baldwin are not true.
Tammy's working with law enforcement to stop the flow of fentanyl.
She brought Democrats and Republicans together
to crack down on drugs coming from China and Mexico,
giving us more tools to fight drug smugglers.
And Tammy voted 32 times to strengthen the border.
Don't believe the attacks.
It's Tammy Baldwin I trust to keep Wisconsin safe.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Get an 11% rebate on your next painting project at Menards. Forever Interior Paint and Primer offers powerhouse protection with its stain-blocking, odor-reducing technologies. Get a gallon starting at $29.98 after rebate. Give your space the Platinum treatment with Platinum Plus Interior Paint. Its Stain Shield technology protects your spaces with a performance you'd expect from a luxury paint at a price you wouldn't. A gallon of flat is $36.48 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The pain level was over 10. There's days where I just sat and cried and asked the good Lord to take me. And my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports. And I took about 3-4 steps, turned around and went and sat back down and started to cry. It was the first time that I had no pain. I'm not an actor. I want people to know my testimony. I want them to know what arch support's going to do from Good Feet.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Isn't it time you turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Come to La Crosse Fireplace Company and find your outdoor setup. Imagine gathering with family and friends around your wood-fired pizza oven. Sit back and relax around your new fire table. Available in different sizes and styles to fit your lifestyle and budget. Stop in this month and receive 15% off all in-stock outdoor products. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
At Spectrum, we know that internet is a vital tool to help you fulfill your dreams.
My dream is to become a video game developer.
My dream is to get my online college degree. That's why Spectrum has affordable solutions to keep you connected. At Spectrum, we are committed to delivering reliable, affordable internet and unlimited mobile to keep you connected to what matters most to you.
Bring your home to life with colorful pieces from Ashley. Discover trending hues and styles starting at $499.99. From bold and bright to soothing and serene. Hue the color, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, a case of the plague has been confirmed in Colorado. The Pueblo Department of Public Health and Environment says the case was flagged Friday from preliminary test results. Although the potential source of this infection is still under investigation, the plague is commonly caused by a bacterium that is transmitted by fleas. The plague, also known as the Black Death, is commonly associated with an outbreak that killed millions of people during the Middle Ages. However, advances in medicine now allow for the plague to be treated with antibiotics. A new Gallup survey finds people around the world are struggling with their emotions on a daily basis. According to the survey, about 23% of people worldwide reported feeling loneliness at many points the previous day. Those emotions were often combined with intensifying feelings of physical pain, worry, sadness, stress, and anger. Psychiatrist Dr. Sue Varma appeared on CBS Mornings to discuss ways people can manage loneliness and stress.
So look at the quality of your relationships and say, do I feel seen and validated and appreciated? Do I have a good mix of what I call activity partners, people to go to a yoga class with, people to go on a hike with, but then also do I have these deeper connections? So we want to have a mix of micro connections, talking to the barista, talking to your dog walker, but also deep and meaningful connections in your life where you can feel vulnerable and open up to share.
Dr. Varma also recommends scheduling social interactions with acquaintances, family, and friends to help combat feelings of loneliness, which can ultimately lead to serious health issues. An Indiana medical clinic is taking a unique approach to put patients at ease. The clinic has two French bulldogs that serve as a source of comfort for those undergoing treatment. Raina Ravel has the details.
The Integrative Medicine Laser and Aesthetics Clinic focuses on harnessing the ability of dogs to alleviate stress and create a calming environment for patients with the help of Frank and Stella.
I think my largest was when always going in for physicals and things like that. The first thing was, well, we have these vaccines and shots and flu shots, and I just don't.
Dr. Shanji Pabla is the visionary behind this initiative, explaining that studies have illustrated the therapeutic benefits of interacting with pets, especially dogs.
So I started the practice and I thought, you know, how interesting would it be to have animals in our practice to help kind of that calming atmosphere, but not only help our patients, but our employees.
For many patients, visiting a doctor can be a source of significant stress. To ensure a comprehensive appointment experience, Dr. Pabla brought the energetic duo in.
When people realize you're a dog lover, they're a dog lover, they instantly feel better talking to you. Some of our visits are 2 hours long, some of them are an hour long.
Anita Roche says it has fostered a sense of community and support for her family while seeking medical care.
Think of the places where they take to nursing homes, and it makes people happy. Obviously, if you're not an animal lover, I love them, and it's like they're my first thing, and if you're anxious about something, they come greet you.
In a world of stress and uncertainties, these dogs show that healing encompasses more than just physical treatments.
There's a lot of research and literature out there connecting things like, for example, gut health with mental health.
All right, I'll take some cats maybe sitting on my lap at the dentist's office. Marshfield Clinic, meanwhile, says they'll combine with Sanford Health, the largest rural health system in the country. Marshfield Clinic Health System will become a region of Sanford Health under the new agreement. The combination is expected to be finalized by the end of the year. And Quick Trip officially breaking ground on its first distribution center outside of La Crosse. The new center is going into Forest near Madison. Up to this point, the 600,000 square foot distribution center in La Crosse serviced all 874 of Quick Trip's locations. The company says the new facility will help lower distribution costs.
We're going to have 280,000 here square feet, 350 stores. You can see that we're at our max capacity right now in La Crosse, so this is needed.
The new site will also include a truck wash and truck maintenance facility. Quick Trip anticipates they'll employ 400 people there. A new housing project is making waves in Viroqua, and as News 8 Now's Allison Fergut explains, a unique component of the facility is aiming to help area families.
Although it doesn't look like much yet, come fall 2025, and this new development will include a child care facility. City staff and residents alike say the center couldn't come at a better time.
There's plenty that Viroqua has to offer, but childcare is hard to come by.
There's a lot of places that are full.
Rural Vernon County residents say finding nearby affordable childcare can be an uphill climb.
Previous to my current daycare, they were charging $50 a day, and right now it's $35 a day. And I waitress. Depending on the day, it's not always quite doable to pay that much.
It's a story city officials have heard time and time again.
There's some data that shows that the city of Viroqua and the Vernon County is a child care desert, like a lot of rural places on this side of the state.
A few years ago, the perfect grant opportunity presented a chance to do something about it.
And they said, do you want to put an application together? We put that together in maybe 3 weeks.
Through a combination of funding, a new housing development became possible. Known as the Main Street Apartments, it will include 65 units of low-income housing, 2 retail spaces, and a 6,000-foot childcare facility.
When we were looking at this grant opportunity and looking for ways to have a good outcome and make an impact, they just seemed like a natural fit together.
The city is currently looking for a provider for the space, and they're using a unique incentive to draw people in.
It's always sort of stated generally that what providers need to pay their employees doesn't match up with what families can pay the providers. And so by trying to make the space available for $1 rent annually, you sort of take that expense out of the equation and hopefully the rest of the numbers work.
The center is set to open in the fall of 2025 and is estimated to serve 76 kids. Residents say it's something they're already looking forward to.
I think it would be a big relief, especially to parents who have been searching and searching. So having a center that big, I think, would be really beneficial.
Reporting in Viroqua, Allison Fergut, News 8 Now.
Childcare providers who are interested in applying for the space can do so until the end of next month. The Northern Wisconsin State Fair is underway in Chippewa Falls. For the past 126 years, the fair has been known for its agriculture, but this year changes are on the way. In 2019, the main agricultural show house collapsed, resulting in some brand new infrastructure, including a $7.5 million investment for new animal barns.
So what you find now when you come to the Northern Wisconsin State Fair is brand new buildings where the cattle are being kept, where the sheep are at, the swine. Those are all brand new buildings, and it's all encompassed in the interior of it with the Custer Coliseum.
But that wasn't the only new addition. The new Custer Coliseum is a versatile venue to showcase animals. The annual fair hosts more than 100,000 attendees and will run till Sunday. If you missed Riverfest last weekend, there's another fest happening just up the road. The Winona County Fair kicked off yesterday with a flag raising ceremony. The fair features tractor pulls, carnival rides, and fair games.
Favorite part is meeting the people, and especially tomorrow we have a special program where we have a Hall of Fame, and we have a surprise for King and Queen and honoring senior citizens. And that's my greatest thing, is to get to know those people actually before the fair, and just to see how humble some of them are.
Later today, there'll be livestock judging events, an antique tractor parade, and an Elvis tribute show. The fair lasts till Sunday, July 14th. The time now is 6:38. Here is News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett to tell us what to expect on our morning commute.
All right, and away we go with that, my friend. You're going to hold on to, again, the morning fog has returned, but just not yet into La Crosse. We're going to see the neighbors kind of picking up some of that. Slight chance of showers later on today, and a big warm-up coming up for the weekend. We'll talk about that in a bit, but you can see from Volkfield all the way to Sparta, we have at least 0 as in dense fog, all the way to patchy fog over in Sparta. Same for Black River Falls there. La Crosse is still at 10 miles visibility, still holding well. We'll also look at Preston, Decorah, all the way over to Boscobel. They are in patchy fog, and then up to the north, a little patchy fog there as well. Current temperatures for you, looking at the upper 50s, low 60s, not much change over the last hour or so. And then once you get into dew points, you're looking at drier conditions up to the north. You're also seeing there's still a little bit of potential for some shower activity here, but right now most of that rainfall has fallen well to our south. Also, observed winds are still calm. We'll see that to remain for the better part of the day. It'll go from 0 to about 5 miles per hour for the afternoon and into the evening hours. Rain amounts are going to be meager. We'll take a look here as we look at the next 8 by 8. We're looking at least 70s to 80s rolling in for La Crosse. And you notice not much rainfall in the forecast, as you can see in here. The same for Eau Claire as you get into 60s, 70s, and 80s. Not much happening as far as rainfall is concerned, but it is still in the forecast as a slight chance. All right, so we have coming up in our Buzz Report now, you'll see John Mulaney and Olivia Munn got married. What? Recently, more on the couple's private ceremony and future plans when we return. Good luck.
Summer is here. Get everything you need for grilling or smoking with the Summer Freezer Filler Bundle from the Holman Locker and Meat Market. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
How much I weigh is nobody's business.
But Eric Hovde wants to make it his.
Eric Hovde thinks that if you're overweight, insurance companies should charge you more.
There should be consequences to those personal choices. Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
Hovde would increase health care costs for 1 out of every 3 people in Wisconsin.
Eric Hovde, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy
to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
A lot has changed since the Overhead Door Company installed its first door in 1921. One thing that hasn't, our commitment to quality. We set the standard a century ago with the first motorized garage door, and we have not stopped innovating since. Today, you can build your dream door with the DoorView app, and with the OHD Anywhere app, you can control your new door from anywhere. So next time you need a repair or replacement for your garage door, look for the red ribbon and trust 100 years of experience Overhead Door Company.
Find comfort in your world in a stressless recliner. Take a time out, have a seat, and enjoy a special offer from Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Save in an instant on stressless furniture at Drury's in Fountain. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless recliner, sofa, or sectional, designed with the world's most innovative comfort features. Don't wait, it's time for Stressless. On sale now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Where is the best place for local, fresh, quality meat? The Holman Locker and Meat Market, of course. This month, our Locker Dogs, Cheddar Dogs are on sale. Shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
All right, since yesterday, we had some scattered showers working into the area from 5 o'clock on, and Also into portions of Minnesota and then down to Iowa. Iowa pretty much got the brunt of it, at least up to a couple of inches possible there. Showers are expected here today and into the evening hours, but as I just showed you, it doesn't look like we may get any of that down to the ground, but it's still a 20% chance, so that's a slight chance. Across the region, there's some more rainfall that's coming in, edging closer into portions of Wisconsin, but right now it is fairly light. That's some of the moisture that we picked up yesterday and still kind of working down to our south, past farther south of Prairie du Chien. We have current temperatures right now in the widespread 60s, still holding on to some upper 50s, so not much change as I've mentioned before. You get into it here as we go through the day, you're going to see some showers popping up by La Crosse, possibly all the way over to areas by Sparta. Then we continue on. You'll see some of that continue to bubble up a bit, maybe kind of hang around, spin a little bit, and kind of stick around all the way into the 3 o'clock hour. We'll see more of those showers leaning into portions of your evening commute. That being said, you see it by Viroqua, you see it by Volkfield, you see it kind of getting near just portions to the east of Black River Falls, back over to Rochester, and then in and out of portions of La Crosse as we go into the 8:15 hour. Now you see it kind of backing off, and then the possibility of another kind of just a blip kind of coming back in and joining us about the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock time slot. All right, La Crosse looking at 8 a.m. all the way to 12 p.m. We're looking at 70s to the low 80s. Eau Claire is going to do the same, upper 60s to the low 80s. Plenty of sunshine around for everybody right now. You're not going to have much rainfall if you don't have the cloud cover, though, right? We have rainfall to Sunday. We're looking at maybe hundredths of an inch all the way up to maybe a half an inch possible. We're going to see more of that rainfall potential coming in possibly for Friday night going into Saturday, and then maybe Saturday into Sunday. But again, it's light, 20 to 30% chance. That's your morning fog. That slight chance of shower activity and the warming coming up for this weekend. Man, oh man, it's getting up to the 90s, and it's going to feel like it's 95 to at least 100 degrees due to the heat index. Here's a look at that fog and low cloud activity that I mentioned. Your zone forecast today, mostly low to middle 80s today expected. You'll see that kind of swing around down to the low 80s, as you can see in the south zone, but you notice there's not much rainfall in any of that forecast pictures that you see right there kind of moving along. It seems to be dry, but we're still holding on to the 80s again for pretty much everyone. All right, that being said, you take a look at the highs for Thursday, and of course we go into Friday. You're looking at pretty nice conditions there. Let's see if the 8-day forecast has for us. Today, 86. Tomorrow, we're getting up to 88. 90 for Saturday. Sunday, 93 degrees, and it's going to feel really hot out there. We'll go back into Monday, still holding on to some of that humidity, and then we drop it down for Tuesday, going into Wednesday, where temperatures are in the 70s, and then flirting with 80 again by Thursday of next week. Back to you.
In our Morning Buzz report, John Mulaney and Olivia Munn have made it official. The comedian and actress got married this past weekend in New York. The low-key ceremony took place at an unnamed friend's house, according to a source. 2 people, including the couple's infant son, were the only ones on hand to witness the wedding. Mulaney and Munn started dating in early 2021. By December, she'd given birth to their son, Malcolm. Inside Out 2 is now the highest grossing Pixar movie. The film has earned $1.25 billion globally, surpassing Incredibles 2, the studio's previous record holder that earned $1.24 billion. Inside Out 2 now also ranks as the 4th highest grossing animated movie ever, behind Frozen, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and Frozen 2. Inside Out 2 is still in theaters, so that number will continue to increase.
This was baseball's Watergate.
One of the game's greatest players has stained the game. Mr. Rose has accepted baseball's ultimate sanction, lifetime ineligibility.
Charlie Hustle and The Matter of Pete Rose spans more than 60 years, from Rose's iconic plays on the field and becoming baseball's all-time hits leader to his banishment for gambling and imprisonment for tax evasion. Then his bid for reinstatement and an unblemished place in baseball history. The documentary series debuts July 24th on HBO and Max.
Oh, a beautiful logger, and they lived happily
ever
after. Hooray!
Another Shrek movie is in the works. DreamWorks Animation says Shrek 5 will hit the big screen July 1st, 2026. That'll be 16 years after the previous installment was released. Mike Myers returns to voice Shrek. Cameron Diaz will voice Princess Fiona, and Eddie Murphy will reprise his role as Donkey. The first Shrek movie was a smash hit when it came out in 2001. Eddie Murphy said Donkey is also getting his own movie. Well, Donkey is my favorite character. He's so funny.
Just hear his voice in the background.
Yep, so anyway, funny. So, all right, will be good to see that. And before we go to break, it's time to take a look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, sadly, we don't have any birthdays today.
No, but if you are celebrating, happy birthday. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Yeah, that's right. Just upload their photo to our website on news8000.com and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
Time now is 6:48. Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is coming up next.
Come into comfort during the International Furniture 4th of July sales event. Get 40% off all Norwalk Furniture special orders and up to 50% off select floor samples. The Tri-State's largest Norwalk Furniture showroom is at International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
It's a lot quieter around here than it used to be. I'm Rebecca Cook. When I was growing up, this farm was bustling. Holsteins, hired hands, harvesting crops. But big corporations put family farms like mine out of business. And what has Derek Van Orden done? Nothing. Tax cuts for big ag, rising healthcare costs, undermining our democracy, extremism. We need real working people in Washington. And that's why I approve this message.
Discovering the perfect paint for your home has never been easier with Zinsser Smart Coat. Plan smart with interactive tools at smartcoat.com. Buy smart in-store or online for home delivery. And paint smart with this advanced paint and primer in one. Say hello to Zinsser Smart Coat, the next generation of intelligent paint.
After I decided my pain was too much, and my doctor actually suggested that I do visit the Good Feet store. Pretty amazing when they put the arch supports in your shoe and you walk around and you realize there's not pain and you think, how can this arch support in my shoe make my back pain go away? But it works. And how can it make my knee pain go away? It was incredible.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if arch supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
We provide specialty level care in anything from wisdom tooth removal to dental implant placement to more complex corrective jaw surgeries.
Trying to make it as easy of an experience as you can go through. We're the most experienced clinic in the region for these types of procedures. If you or your family member needs wisdom teeth removed, tooth extraction, dental implants, you found the right place. We'd be happy to see you here.
We work closely with your general dentist. Have a discussion with your dentist about a referral to us.
Come into comfort during the International Furniture 4th of July sales event. Get 40% off all Norwalk Furniture special orders and up to 50% off select floor samples. The Tri-State's largest Norwalk Furniture showroom is at International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com.
Wisconsin is a battleground state, and as the election year heats up, you can expect more from News 8. All next week, we will be live at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Stay with us on air, in your hand, or online for fair coverage of Wisconsin politics.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:52. Here is your Morning News Now. New details are emerging about the subject of a shelter-in-place order issued in Winona earlier this week. 25-year-old Stig Ure is in Winona County Jail on charges of second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon and disarming a police officer. Winona police say they went to do a welfare check. A witness told them that Ure stabbed her in the neck with a sharp object and ran away. Police later found and arrested him and took him to the hospital, where officials say he refused to cooperate, threw an empty urine cup, and tried to grab an officer's gun. Ure is held on a $500,000 cash bond. His next court date is July 24th. A non-Alaska resident charged with possessing child porn is pleading not guilty. 22-year-old Clayton Solberg, who identifies as Sophie, is pleading not guilty to 5 felony counts of child porn possession. According to the criminal complaint, A Dropbox account linked to Solberg contained videos and images of child sexual abuse. Solberg posted a $20,000 cash bond and has a status conference in September. The DNR is reminding people about the risk of blue-green algae in local bodies of water. Blue-green algae can sicken humans and animals if swallowed. While rarely fatal to humans, it has been known to kill pets. One DNR expert says it's especially important for dog owners to stay vigilant.
It's really different with animals, especially dogs. They might not hesitate to drink water or eat material that's washed up on shore. So you really have to watch out for dogs, and anytime there's really questionable conditions, if there's a lot of stuff in the water, you want to make sure that your dogs are not drinking that water or eating it.
To report a case of blue-green algae-related illness, you can call the Wisconsin Department of Health Services or the Minnesota Department of Health. And tens of thousands of Chrysler vehicles are being recalled because the airbags could malfunction. Federal safety regulators say the front airbag may not deploy during a crash because of a faulty seatbelt sensor, that is. Chrysler dealers will fix the issue at no cost. The automaker said notification letters will be mailed starting August 22nd. Marshfield Clinic says it'll combine with Sanford Health, the largest rural health system in the country. Marshfield Clinic Health System will become a region of Sanford Health under the new agreement. The combination is expected to be finalized by the end of the year. The Northern Wisconsin State Fair started yesterday in Chippewa Falls. For the past 126 years, the fair has been known for its agriculture. But this year, people are in for some changes. In 2019, the main ag show house collapsed, resulting in some brand new infrastructure, including a $7.5 million investment for new barns.
So what you find now when you come to the Northern Wisconsin State Fair is brand new buildings where the cattle are being kept, where the sheep are at, the swine. Those are all brand new buildings, and it's all encompassed in the interior of it with the Custer Coliseum.
That wasn't the only new addition. The new Custer Coliseum is a versatile venue to showcase animals. The annual fair hosts more than 100,000 attendees and runs till Sunday. If you missed Riverfest last weekend, there's another fest. The Winona County Fair kicked off yesterday with a flag-raising ceremony. The fair features tractor pulls, carnival rides, and fair games. Later today, there'll be livestock judging events and an Elvis tribute show. You going to be in that show, Art?
No.
Not this time.
All right, my friend, we have, again, temperatures in the 80s today. A little bit comfortable before the humidity really picks up and we start to see conditions like tomorrow bump up to at least 88 degrees for La Crosse. We'll see Eau Claire at about at least about 86 degrees, and we'll see the same for Trempealeau up to the north, 84 for Ladysmith. How about that? We'll go into how this all plays out. I apologize that we're looking at this, so 86 degrees for today and then 88 for tomorrow. Then on Saturday, you're picking up 90 degrees, and then Sunday, 93, and it'll feel like it's 95 to 100 degrees.
Wow, all right. Well, today, here's something that can cool you off. It's National Mojito Day. The mojito hails from Cuba. It's made with white rum, sparkling water, sugar or simple syrup, lime juice, and mint. No one is exactly sure who made the first mojito, but its recipe can be traced back to the 16th century. Some say it was a favorite drink of pirates. Others believed it was created by enslaved Africans who harvested sugar cane on the Caribbean island. But what is certain is that combo of the sweet sugar, the tart citrus, and the mint creates a refreshing drink perfect for these hot summer days. Yes, I agree. So we got cookies on National Cookie Day, but where are our mojitos, Andrew? We'll be waiting.
I'm with her.
Yeah, we'll be waiting. I got an empty cup right here. Well, thank you for starting your morning with us. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Thursday.